Hi, it's Belle from Ignite Art Therapies, and this week's question is from Lauren, and she asks about how you go beyond death by PowerPoint. So that includes meetings, group work, and when you're doing training. So Lauren, this is a great question and something that I reflect on quite a bit because I love creating activities that really engage people in things like this. So I don't know about you, but I've been in so many meetings and things like that where it has been so boring that I really vague out and disengage with what's actually happening, which is really a waste of time when you think about it. So my advice to people is thinking about the concept you want to get across and how you do that. And the most important part is actually engaging people. How do they interact with the concept? Rather than you standing at the front and just telling them, how can you bring the learning home? So it reminds me of that saying, give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. The same goes with training and concepts that you want to get across. So for example, if you've got something really boring like policy that you would like to get people to know, think about all the creative ways you can get people to engage with that. You know, do you do a quiz? Do you do a find a word? Do you make up a competition that really gets people engaged with the concepts? What do they think about it? How do they relate to it? How do you get them interacting and self-reflecting so that it becomes relevant to them? Because when you're being talked at, it's just a concept. But when you're actually engaging and experiencing the concept, it then becomes a part of you and is easier for people to take that on board. So there's so many different things you can do. You know, how do you get them moving around the room, talking to other people, using post-it notes, scales, you know, acting out, reporting back, small group work. There's so many different ways. So if you have a concept or are running groups and things like that, the number one thing is to think about how can I get people interacting with this concept and the thing that I want them to learn. And that can happen in so many different ways. So give it a go and be creative and see what you can do, because the learning happens from the experience. And that's basically what a lot of my training is about, because it's about people really engaging with the concept. So I'd love to hear some of the activities that you guys have tried or been a part of when you have been in a presentation, and I'm sure you've all experienced where you sit there and feel a little bit vagued out because you're just being talked at. So see how you go. PowerPoint should really be used for information and consolidating the theory or giving instructions for the activity. So let's try and get some experiential stuff happening in all of our trainings, group work and meetings. That would be great. So thanks for the question, Lauren. That was great. If you've got any other questions, please feel free to be in touch this week. And I'll see you guys next week for another question to be answered. So take care.